Okay, let's try this again. It's 1:50 in the morning. I'm not sure how long of a video my gut is going to allow me to make, but I guess we're about to find out. Anyways, it let me make like a 10-minute video before throwing me to the ladies' room. So, anyways, good morning. It is the 28th of May. I like to talk about what I'm not doing. I'll talk about what I am doing, but I'd also like to talk about what I'm not doing. So, what I'm not doing is going the extra mile. Like I do go the extra mile a little bit, but not like I normally would. If I have a guy over, I'm not making him something to eat. It's very hard for me. Catering to him, nothing like that. Hey, you need me to wash those real quick, or should I just, I would normally do something like that. Like, let's say they came in and they had mud on their socks. I would like offer to wash their whole freaking outfit or something. I don't want to see people leaving my place looking messy because I feel like it comes back to me. It's like having a child. You can't leave the house with egg on your face and flyaways and that kind of thing. Double check your the guy you're fucking before he leaves the house. I mean, he may or may not be going back to a wife. He's going back to a wife, and you're going to send him back looking like that, or you send him back looking better than the way she sent him over. Hey, Gabriella, why are you sending your freaking husband over here looking like this? So, anyways, today we have a leg day. The glute bridge machine is broken on the main floor, and there is a backup. There's a backup spare machine in the ladies' workout area. So we'll be going over there. I plan to be rocking and rolling by 3 a.m. It's not quite 2. The dogs have been let out. We're not making the bed. I might go back and make it later. I do vacuum my bed. Does anybody else vacuum their bed? Anyways, I have 16 little subscribers, so I appreciate each and every one of you. But right now I noticed that, Meta laid off 5,000 people or something like that, and people are freaking out of what they're going to do. Now, some of these people are women, probably a lot of them are women, and they are looking for another job or they're looking to get hired. And I'm over here thinking like they're probably not going to get hired. I don't know, maybe. But this is a time that I say to myself, thank God I listened to my dad and served my country. Thank God I have benefits, because if it wasn't for me being out there freaking doing this shit, like I wouldn't be sitting here right now drinking coffee at 2 o'clock in the morning at the very end of spring going into summer in the hottest part of Texas, probably down at the Mexican border. So I'm just kind of going through I'm not doing that. I am doing this and I'm not doing that. I'm doing this, but not that. So I'm going to the gym, but not sleeping in. I'm going to walk my dog, but not make them wait. I am going to give somebody some of my sourdough starter, even though I don't want to. But I'm not going to make her any bread or give her my recipe. Okay? So I'm doing this, but not that. So I'm finding a positive to the things that I don't necessarily want to do. I do want to go to the gym, okay, every day. It's like crack. Why is it like crack? Probably because I've been partaking in THC on my way in there, and this is before that. But if you don't know, you can get a lot of validation in the gym and people don't even talk to you. So I'm over there, doing nothing, sitting, minding my business, doing my little tricep freaking dippers, and I'm definitely going to get validation from somebody, right? They don't have to talk to me. Maybe some lady's walking by and she goes like this and I see it in the mirror. That's validation, right? So going to the gym is very positive reinforcement, okay? Whether you're the fattest fucker in there or the leanest fucker in there, you're still getting validation, whether it's from the pump, it's from other people that are in there, it's from the desk, it's from people in your everyday life that notice that things are changing, but they're not quite sure what's going on. You will get 100% validation. Now, you're going to get validation for being a fat fucker too. Okay, so if you're not working out and you're getting fat and you're gaining weight and your clothes are getting too tight or whatever, you think that people aren't going to notice? They are going to notice, and they're going to give you validation that you're a fat fucker. By doing what? When you walk in the room, they're going to be like, well, your hair looks like shit. You haven't had a haircut in months, or whatever your problem is. Your coworkers are going to notice, and they're going to give you negative feedback. Now, the negative feedback may not be verbal. It's going to most likely be in body language and facial expressions, or microaggressions, right? I feel like a negative feedback is a microaggression. Okay, so if you're a heavy person and somebody is making a funny face about something, that's a microaggression. They're letting you know that they don't like you. Okay, so I'd like to work on noticing people's feelings about us because they're telling us. They're telling us by how they look at us. Okay, so you need to have access to different forms of communication, right? There's listening, right? We got to listen. We got body language. We have breathing. All these different ways to communicate, right? But body language, the face-to-face body language is the number one, right? Because most of your emotions are like in your face. So if you're wearing a COVID mask, how am I supposed to read your body language? And there's people that will control the narrative and not let you see their microaggressions behind their mask, because that's exactly what they're hiding, is microaggressions. Now, I do see this at the VA sometimes. You'll have some bitchy freaking doctor that is just like, oh, who's this bitch? Yeah, let's get on her, right? And they'll hide behind that mask. And then they'll be like, hey, you weigh 171 pounds. You want to go on Ozempic? Like, what kind of micro fuck up is that? To me, that's a microaggression. Now, in the valley where I live, the Rio Grande Valley, I get a lot of microaggressions, and 99% of it is from women. Now, if I'm in the workplace, as far as massage goes, it's probably 50-50. Well, if I'm working for myself like I was, the microaggressions come from the men because they want something sexual from me and they don't get it, so they get pissed off. So, but the microaggressions that come from women are like, some of them will say, oh, I like your shoes, or I like your hair, or I like your outfit, and they're still underlying microaggressions. Now, I'm going to give an example of this. There's this lady that I know. Obviously, I can't name her name because she's down at the AA hall. So, this particular lady is sort of a clutch my pearls type of lady, And I came in one day and she's like, I just need to start dressing more cute, or just like, look at your outfit, it's so cute. Okay. I was wearing a beige tank top from Walmart, a matching sports skirt from Costco, size medium. By the way, they don't have any more of those skirts, and I'm a little upset. But I cut the shorts out of them, and I cut the pockets out of them, so it gives me more room. I don't need any help looking fat, okay? So I took all the the shorts and stuff out, I'm building my legs and my booty, and all that's doing is yanking my skirt down. So I cut all that out. So now it's more of a high-waisted skirt. Okay. I tuck the shirt in, pull it way down, and get on my merry way. So I come in, she's like, oh, this and this and that. And somehow we got on the talk of Lululemon. Don't even get me, I don't even know how Lululemon got brought up. I probably said something like I wear their product for, gym leggings or something. And then she goes, well, Lululemon, like, oh my God, they're so expensive. And I said, well, they do have stuff on the clearance rack. Their underwear is quite expensive. I will say, though, it fits like butter. It's like somebody painted it on. Very soft. And she's like how much? And I'm like, it's like $54 for 3. Oh my God. I bought some Lululemon for my niece. She was going to college or whatever it was. She bought it for her niece, but she won't buy it for herself. So you will drop $150 on a niece, on a pair of leggings or a jacket, but you wouldn't wear any of that yourself. Or you're saying that your niece deserves it, but you don't. Now, this lady's retired now, and I can see how she thinks she's too old for that brand. But do you know how many women I see at the gym rocking freaking Lululemon? Lots of them. You know what I'm saying? There's not a sign at the door that says 20 to 34-year-olds only can only wear this brand. 20 to 34 only, or whatever it is, are the only ones allowed, right? So people are literally getting twisted that I'm wearing a name brand, and they have no idea, like, even where I got it from. I could have got it from the mall. I could have got it from the sale rack. I could have got it from, I guess, Poshmark or eBay or something like that. But because of the label, they automatically go off the rails about it. Okay. But we're not going to look at anything else. We're not going to look at the part where my car is paid off, where I don't go out to eat. I go to the gym. I clean my house, all my stuff by myself. I have no help. And you're twisted because I'm wearing like a $120 jacket. Okay, well, that pedicure she's rocking and that nail set she's rocking is half that jacket, and more than half that jacket. Now, I will say she doesn't get anything fancy. She'll get like, some hot pink combo thing going on, like the nails and the feet thing. But I'm telling you, she's got to be spending at least, I would say, $60, at least $60 a pop. So if you take 2 trips to the nail salon and you buy a solid pair of leggings or a solid jacket, like, I'm not going to the nail salon like that. So these women can get a little uppity with me if they want to, but the truth is I'm not spending at the nail shop like that. I'm not spending at the hair salon like that. I get a haircut. I try to get a haircut once every 3 months, but shit, bro. I did find a good one, so I'll probably be going back to her. Maybe I'll go this next paycheck coming up. $50. So they like what they see, but they get a little bent, about how you're presenting yourself. And so anyways, there's another lady, same place. She's older. She's like 76. And she's like, I need some of your sourdough starter. Now, my first instinct is to make her some bread to go with the starter, bring something a little extra. And then I'm like, I don't even like this lady. And why am I coming up with all this extra shit? To see if she's going to like me after that? The bitch doesn't like you. She doesn't like you. So if she doesn't like me, then why do I don't even want to give her some of the starter. But I sort of feel obligated for no reason. You see what I'm saying? See, like, things get a little twisted. So what we're not doing is giving her anything other than what she asked. She asked for starter, and that's it. Give her some and get on with my merry way. So there's that. And so, yeah, I'll be going to the gym here in a little while. I just kind of want to touch base here, but Meta laid off a whole bunch of people, and I don't have to worry about getting laid off from a job because I serve my country. So if you're on the fence about going in the military, I highly recommend it for a one enlistment at a minimum. Don't go in and then get out and then go fuck yourself up and then get out on purpose, within a year or 2 years, because you're not going to get any benefits. But if you stay in like 3 years or more, you're going to get health care and probably some sort of compensation. So there's some resentment, there's a man in my life that's working his ass off, and he's wondering how I'm retired. Now, if we go to the word retire, it means to stop doing something. So he's trying to figure out how the fuck I pay my bills. Because as far as he knows, which is true, as far as he knows, there's no ex-husband like alimony. There's no like Social Security check coming in from an ex or something. There's no life insurance because I survived somebody. There's no like companion tax, like I'm not getting a side hustle of companion tax, although that would be nice. With a 90-year-old I met at the grocery store the other day, I wouldn't mind getting a companion tax out of that old guy. He was pretty funny, 90, hitting on me at the grocery store, So if he wants to get in my chat box like that, I mean, why don't you freaking hit a direct deposit there, sir? See? So, anyways, the only thing this guy really knows is that when he comes over, the house is clean, the laundry's done, the dishes are done, I'm available to give him my attention. He does get on his phone a little more than I care to see. So my new question is this person in the present with me right now, right? So if I'm talking to somebody, the question is, so think about this. How important am I to you right now in this moment? So if a guy comes over and he's like this in the phone, like how important am I to him in that moment? Not very important. If he comes over and he's rubbing my feet and his hands are crawling up my leg and up my skirt, how important am I to him right now? Pretty important. Pretty important, because if it wasn't for me, he wouldn't be getting his rocks off, right? So when they text me, how important am I now? Pretty important, because you texted me. I'm here, I've arrived, pretty important, right? So how they choose to communicate is telling us how important are we, right? Now, some of these men out here are married, they got kids, they got jobs, they got bills, they have real life problems that apparently I don't have. Now, I've avoided a lot of things by not having a husband and children. So if you take out husband and children, that leaves my problems to be whatever single people worry about. Is my dog fed and walked? Do they have vaccines? Okay, do you know how much that costs? It costs a lot. Okay, to last year, for a year's worth of heartworm and a 1 rabies per dog and a flea shot, you're talking $700. $600 to $750, something like that. The year before that, it was like freaking $900 because I got all their shots. And I pay up front. I don't take my dog to the, I don't go get a heartworm test and then drop by the vet every month and drop $30 and get a heartworm. I buy the whole lot for the whole year because that's as much as they'll give you. This next year, I'll be going to Houston most likely to my little side street vet and get their stuff there. And it'll probably be half probably $300, maybe 4. So that's what I plan to do this year. If I get to like, I need something to do. Like if I get too bored or I feel like, hey, I got the money laying around right now, why don't I just zip up there, take them to the vet, get all their stuff, go do a few things, turn around, come back. I might do that, but as of right now, nothing's due till like November. So I try to go, and do everything at once. So those are single people problems, right? Single people problems. And these men, they're freaking jealous. Now, the widower who's vanished himself, which is perfectly fine because his end game is weak, but he did give me a 2-hour massage. So, he likes to complain about his job and do nothing about it. Okay, I'm not going to get overworked and listen to corporate tell me shit. I'm not going to get overworked and listen to somebody else tell me to fucking suck it up and deal with it because there's nothing I can do about it. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Now that guy is a Marine Corps veteran. He should be getting his benefits, but is he? No. He's got a deceased wife and bills and 3 adult kids living with him. I don't know what to tell you, sir. I don't know what to tell you, but I'm not saying you're doing it wrong, but I'm just saying, like, why are you doing it that way? And I come from the old school of, like, if you're 18, your ass is out type shit. And he's got 22 years old, the youngest, I think, maybe. We're talking 22 to 26 or 22 to 28 or 20 to 26, something like that, between 3 kids. Like, I mean, you only allow what you allow. So if you allow them to stay there and not pay any bills, what do you think is going to happen? They're not going to stay there. They're going to stay there and not pay any bills. But he'd rather keep them there and keep him company in his misery than make them each cough up $500 each. That's $1,500 extra dollars. I think one of them is paying for groceries, and then another one is cooking. But really, okay, whatever. But single Heather over here has dogs that clearly can't go out and get a job, and they pay their weight. They carry their weight. What does a dog do to carry his weight? Well, he's a guard dog. He's protection. He's companionship. The needs of a dog are much less than a person, but he still pulls his weight. They all do. All 2 of my dogs pull their weight. Now that turtle out there kind of eats a lot. He's not really pulling his weight, but he's like a dog. I can leave that turtle for 2 weeks and put food in his pen, and he's going to be perfectly fine. I mean, is that ideal? No. But so what we're not doing is feeling sorry for other people and their shitty choices. So if they want to go have their freaking kids living at home doing their shit, fine, go ahead. If I want to go to the gym and have some THC before I get there, go ahead. If I want to read all day and do nothing while it floods out here and rains, go ahead. So, but at the end of the day, what is your longevity? What is your financial longevity? Okay, your financial longevity ain't shit if you serve your country and you don't have any benefits coming in. You don't even go to the freaking doctor, bro. I don't want to be around you. If a guy served his country and doesn't have any benefits, it's gross. So I don't even know the point of this video, but the point of this video is we're doing this and not that. So we're going to the gym and not sitting around. We're walking our dog and not neglecting them. We are cooking our food and not eating out. We are experiencing high levels of hygiene, showers, baths, relaxation, meditation, yoga, healthy longevity. That includes intimate time. So we are doing intimate time, but we aren't committed to anybody. Men do this all the time, and they get away with it, and nobody says anything. That they could sleep with whoever they want and we can't ask any questions. Well, guess what? We can sleep with whoever we want to, in case you didn't know. So we are being intimate with more than one person without commitment, just like they are to us. Just like they are to us. So right now, I have a couple people that come to see me. Whether or not anybody sees this, I don't know. One of them doesn't speak any English, so. And, you know, he's the one that gives me the least amount of pushback about anything because he doesn't speak English. But he does come over and somehow sends me to another planet. It puts me into orbit and then leaves and doesn't give me no shit. Okay? The other one is a little resentful that I don't have to work. He's a little resentful because he's not getting a massage like he used to. But he needs to understand that the type of massage he wants is extremely rough on my body, and I hurt for 2 days after. So he has to go shopping somewhere else, and he's not really too happy about that. But does he get lots of touch when he's here? Of course. Does he get, you know, ample time with me? Of course. Now, how much time you spend with me is up to you, because I'm not sending these guys home. I mean, they could stay all night if they really wanted to. I mean, that'd be kind of nice. But, you know, you see how it is? So we're not going to cater. We're available, but we're not catering a little extra. So they can come, spend their time, get their shit, and go home because they're not contributing to the bills. But we do want them to contribute to the intimacy because that intimacy is going to keep me looking younger for a longer period of time. So the more testosterone that I'm exposed to, the more my estrogen is going to pump and keep me looking young. Because once your estrogen stops pumping, that's when your skin starts drying up and, you know, and it does go back to if you don't use it, you will lose it. And that goes for the lady bits. If you do not use your lady bits, they will close up. If you don't believe me, go look it up. So that's where we're at. We're going to go work out. Thank you for subscribing. If you have any topic ideas, please put me in the dinger. I like to hear. I like to talk about all kinds of stuff. So anyways, I hope you have a good day. It's almost June. Good thing we started working out in February. And that's it. And I'll chat soon.